probably one of the most important TikToks I'm gonna make. This is called the emotional guidance scale, and I'll do one on the upward spiral and one on the downward spiral. But I've known about this for a long time, and this is your guiding waypoint for how to handle your emotions, right? Typically, when you're feeling good, you're obviously in the upward spiral. When you're feeling bad, you are in the downward spiral. And I want to go over these emotions really quick so you know exactly what to do, how to process an emotion, and how to move yourself back up the scale and back down. The most important thing that I can tell you about this is that being a victim is the lowest part of this scale. This is where you give all your power away. This is where you're a victim. This is where depression exists. This is where you are at rock bottom. Up here, we have joy, knowledge, empowerment, authenticity, freedom, love, appreciation. On top, right, the strongest emotion is authenticity. Now, let me go over the downward spiral first. So this is the downward spiral. Like I just said, we see downward spiral. There's typically about 22 different emotions on here. Like I said, being powerless and being in a victimhood mentality is the lowest form of emotion. This is where you give all your power away. This is where all the holes in your cup are just constantly leaking, and it's very hard. This is where people really struggle long term when they're going through tough stuff, right? Breakups, loss, job loss, financial insecurity, all of these things. This is where other people blame other people for their problems. And this will keep you stuck down here forever, which is where you fucking don't want to be, all right? How you move up this scale, I'll tell you real quick, because this is important. You have to process the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why, even how, right? Why am I feeling like a victim? Where in my body am I feeling like a victim? When am I feeling like a victim? Who am I feeling like a victim to, right? You have to understand and sort of analyze. You have to psychoanalyze why you're feeling these emotions in order to process up to the next one, right? And on this scale, you have to move up and down one by one, right? You don't go from fear, grief, and depression all the way to the number one emotion, which is authenticity, or even joy, knowledge, empowerment. You can't just jump there, okay? You have to work yourself through all of these things. We see at 21, insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. You process the 5 W's, boom, you move up to jealousy. You process those 5 W's, boom, you move up to hatred and rage. When you are processing things, your brain will naturally do this. You looking at the scale, you should be like, yeah, intuitively, this is a thing. I totally feel it. It totally makes sense. But you have to process this either through meditation or through journaling or through discussing it with a therapist, even a friend. You can use all sorts of these things, but you have got to process these emotions. Emotions are just signals that tell you where you're going, what you're doing, and whether or not that is for you and whether or not it's working, right? This is typically also where people try to control other people. Stop doing this. Jealousy, you're trying to tear other people down. People that are stuck on the downward spiral love to pull other people down into the downward spiral as well. Eventually, when you work your way back up, right, we see it starts to get green here. Frustration leads to pessimism, which leads to boredom. You can process these things. Find answers to your own problems. Now, let's go over the upward spiral. Boom, the upward spiral, right? As it starts to rain here, we can see contentment, hopefulness, optimism, positive belief, expectation, enthusiasm, passion, joy, knowledge, empowerment, love, freedom, appreciation. Authenticity is even above that. When you are living your authentic self, being who you are, doing what you like to do, you're in a flow state. Everything's working out for you. People hold open doors for you. People look at you when you walk into restaurants. And this is a great way to exist. It's tough to exist here all the time. I get it. Naturally, there's going to be things in your life that knock you down this, right? Or you don't get a lot of sleep, or you're just going through a rough patch. That's fine. You still got to process your emotions the same way. When these big things happen to us in life, breakups, job losses, all of this, right? We fall down the ladder, and you can fall all the way back to victimhood down at the bottom. But learn this, love this. It's called the emotional guidance scale. I teach this to every single client. This is just a short 4 to 5 minute overview on exactly what this is. And I want you to go and find this on Google and save this image to your phone. If you want to learn more about it, learn more about how to process your emotions and about neuroscience and neuroenergetics as well, this is stuff I can teach you that will make you better at business and better in your life and have better relationships. Because when you're not stressing and you're just like, I'm just being authentic, this is just me, I'm chilling, you're letting people go, you're letting people come into your life, you're doing what you want to do, you retain your energy. And that's what this game is all about, right? You got to retain your own energy and know how to forcefully apply it to the things that you want. And if you're sitting there knocking on doors or trying to bang down doors that just aren't opening for you, yeah, that's part of life, baby, but go to another fucking door or go for a walk, right? Go do things that you like to do and then come back to this and understand where you're getting stuck, where your blockages are, right? So comment below if you have questions or have anything to add to this. This is super important. It's changed my life, and I hope this video changes yours, so save it for later. DM me if you got a question. one-on-one coaching and group coaching, all in that link. Hit me up. Peace.